There was a substantive agreement on many aspects, namely the questions related to the mechanisms of control, related to the system of coordination, and relating to the questions of the mining, in relation to many of the concrete, I would say, substantive aspects. But of course, this was a first meeting. The progress was extremely encouraging. We hope that now the delegations are coming back to their capitals, and we hope that the next steps will allow us to come to a formal agreement.
Assistant Professor and Vice President for Economics at the Kyiv School of Economics. He joins me live now. Thanks so much for your time on the programme. What do you make of what's been announced, this coordination centre to oversee the passage of Ukrainian grain to the rest of the world? Do you think it will alleviate the current situation?
Yeah, these are the positive news that we've been hearing since a couple of days, and actually the markets, they reacted positively on this news, because if you look at the futures prices, they basically went down for another 2 days. We'll see how it's going to develop, and I hope that's going to result in some positive outcomes, because the world needs Ukrainian grain, and also Ukraine needs that ports are actually functioning, so that the agricultural sector remains stable and profitable in Ukraine and can deliver grain this season and next season as well.
Yeah, we understand that there is a traffic jam of some 130 ships in the Black Sea waiting to transport grain to the rest of the world. What effect is this having globally? Just how vital is it that this grain corridor is re-established?
Well, we have to understand that we are currently in the period of the relatively low stocks. So every ton of grains that is missing from Ukraine basically counts and makes a lot of noise on the market. So this is crucial at the moment to have exports available from Ukraine. And it's also affect the agricultural sector in Ukraine, because compared to the pre-war time, the domestic prices in Ukraine are 30–50% less. So that means the farmers earn less, and that's really a bad news for the new harvest for the next season and the season after the current one.
It is by no means a done deal, and there are still suspicions on both sides. Ukraine fears that Russian ships are stealing Ukrainian grain. Russia fears the ships are transporting weapons. Do you think that these plans announced go far enough to alleviating concerns on both sides?
Yes, in these circumstances, I think this is a positive outcome, and hopefully that they will satisfy all the parties. What I'm really concerned about is that what we are observing over the last month is that Russia intensively bombarding grain terminals and ports in Ukraine, like in Mykolaiv, for instance. A month ago, a major port was bombarded, and I really suspect that if this outcome of current deal is really successful, Russia might really try to just destroy the ports in Ukraine, and that will make exports not available physically, because there will be no facilities to transship the ports. And this is my major concern that I'm observing over the last month. Hopefully that this will not realize, but we'll see how it's going to develop.
Okay, Oleg, great to get your thoughts on this. Oleg Nivievskyi, an assistant professor and vice president for economics at the Kyiv School of Economics. Thank you.